Imagine spending your entire life trying to fit in, striving for approval, and shaping yourself according to expectations that aren't even your own. You seek validation, fear judgment, and cling to the notion that your worth is defined by others' perceptions. But what if everything you've been taught about caring too much is actually holding you back? What if the key to true happiness, confidence, and success lies not in controlling everything, but in letting go? The philosopher Michel de Montaigne, centuries ahead of his time, explored this paradox deeply, offering a guide to inner freedom, self-acceptance, and the art of living without unnecessary burdens. He challenged our beliefs about identity and success, leading us to understand that the moment we stop caring about external validation, everything in our lives starts to fall into place. Consider how much of your stress comes from trying to meet unrealistic expectations, how often you hold yourself back out of fear of judgment, and how much energy you waste worrying about trivial matters. Montaigne's philosophy reveals a simple yet powerful truth. The more we let go of external pressures, the more we align with our authentic selves. He believed that life is unpredictable, perfection is an illusion, and self-acceptance is the highest form of wisdom. Yet it's essential to recognize that not caring does not equate to indifference or laziness. Rather, it means freeing yourself from the relentless need for approval and the exhausting habit of overanalyzing every action. It is about living on your own terms, being present in the moment, and understanding that you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Through his reflections on human behavior, Montaigne observed how people become prisoners of their own minds, entangled in cycles of worry and insecurity. He posed critical questions about why we allow others' opinions to dictate our choices and why we cling to control when life is inherently uncertain. His insights suggest that when we cease to care about being perfect, we can embrace our flaws. When we stop pursuing external validation, we can begin living for ourselves. And when we relinquish control, we create space for life to unfold naturally. The paradox lies in the fact that the less we care about proving ourselves, the more powerful we become. Charismatic and confident individuals often do not seek approval or over-explain themselves. They exude an ease that draws others in, a truth Montaigne recognized long before modern psychology confirmed it. As soon as we detach from the fear of judgment and failure, we gain freedom. The freedom to take risks without second-guessing ourselves and to express our true selves without hesitation. Interestingly, once we let go of unnecessary worries, we also see our lives improve. Relationships become more genuine, opportunities arise effortlessly, and decisions become clearer because they align with our true desires, not what we think we should want. This embodiment of Montaigne's philosophy emphasizes that much of our suffering stems from resisting reality and attempting to mold life into a structure that doesn't fit. By releasing that resistance, everything begins to align. Reflect on how often you've hesitated to speak your mind due to fear of judgment, or how much energy you've expended on past mistakes that have no bearing on your present life. Montaigne encourages us to step away from self-imposed limitations, to embrace uncertainty, and to reject fear's hold over our choices. As we delve deeper into his teachings, we uncover practical methods for applying this mindset, breaking free from mental restrictions, and confidently navigating life. Montaigne's insights are more than abstract concepts. They offer a transformative guide for experiencing life fully. Consider the changes you might see when you stop chasing approval and worrying about every outcome. Imagine waking up to realize that the pressures weighing you down were never genuine, that the rules and expectations you've been following are mere illusions formed by societal conditioning and your own mindset. Even as Montaigne recognized that human beings struggle with anxiety, he proposed that real happiness lies not in solving every problem, but in accepting that some things will always be beyond our control. One of his most important lessons is that the world will never fully understand you, and that's perfectly okay. We often squander energy justifying our choices to those who may never see our true selves. By holding back our opinions or suppressing desires to fit in, we neglect the fact that the only approval that truly matters is our own. Montaigne illustrated how suffering frequently arises from caring excessively about irrelevant matters, observing how people often tie themselves into knots over trivial concerns and insecurities that ultimately add no value to their lives. Yet, stepping back can show us that most worries are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. When you stop fixating on problems, solutions can emerge naturally. When you stop seeking attention, it often comes to you freely. This reflects a deeper truth. When you let go, life flows. However, many resist this idea, believing that ceasing to care equates to apathy or loss of motivation, a misunderstanding that leads to the misconception that letting go means giving up. On the contrary, it signifies a shift towards focusing on what truly matters while liberating oneself from unnecessary burdens. Montaigne urged us to embrace imperfection in ourselves and in the world, recognizing that the quest for control is a tiring, never-ending battle in an unpredictable life. He advocated for surrendering to this truth and accepting failures and uncertainties as integral parts of existence. Imagine how much lighter life would feel if you ceased trying to control every detail, stopped overanalyzing decisions, and viewed failure merely as an opportunity for growth. Every influential thinker and leader has faced rejection and misunderstanding, yet they didn't allow these experiences to define them. Instead, they moved forward, unbothered by societal judgment, because they realized true success lies in authenticity, not external validation. This shift in mindset leads us to an understanding of why the most confident individuals don't obsess over pleasing others. Once you adopt this perspective, you become magnetic, not through force but by focusing your energy on meaningful pursuits instead of distractions. Consider your own life. How much stress stems from worrying about others' opinions, or how often fear of judgment has held you back from pursuing what you desire. Montaigne liberates us from these chains of thought, reminding us that while the past is immutable, the future is uncertain, and the present is our only true possession. When we fully embrace this truth, everything shifts, conflicts diminish, fears lessen, and life flows with ease. In the next stages of this exploration, we'll delve into how this state of detachment fosters deeper connections with others. There's a strange truth in life. When you stop needing something, it often comes to you effortlessly. Detachment isn't escapism, it's a pathway to richer connections. By letting go of the need to manage outcomes, you allow yourself to align with life's natural rhythm, experiencing peace and genuine connection. But why do many struggle with this concept? Most of us fear losing control, mistaking it for security. The truth is, no measure of planning or worrying can eliminate uncertainty. Instead of resisting life, Montaigne invites us to embrace it, chaos and all. Consider how many conflicts stem from unmet expectations or the desire to control others, leading to frustration and disappointment. True connection lies in acceptance. Those who practice detachment foster better relationships by not suffocating others with demands. They exist in a calm confidence that allows for reciprocity without pressure, and as such become more valued and respected. Notice how those desperately seeking attention often receive the least, while at peace, individuals attract others effortlessly. Montaigne believed that the way we relate to others mirrors our relationship with ourselves. When we don't seek validation, it signifies self-acceptance. When we fear solitude, it reflects our lack of comfort in our own company. And when we depend on others for a sense of stability, it shows a need for inner strength. Shifting focus inward allows for true freedom. By recognizing how much energy is wasted on reacting to others and how damaging it can be to let someone else's opinion dictate your feelings, you begin to understand Montaigne's lesson. True peace comes from within, not from external approval. Imagine navigating the world unshaken by criticism, facing the unknown without fear, and loving others without needing to control them. This realization, that letting go doesn't equate to detachment from life, is essential. It's about engaging deeply but without attachment or unnecessary worry, or the need to control every outcome. Montaigne's philosophy hinges on balance, caring passionately about what matters while shedding energy-draining demands. Reflect on what you might be holding on to that no longer serves you. As we conclude this journey, we will uncover how embracing uncertainty, imperfection, and detachment leads not just to inner peace, but also to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. You may wonder why, if letting go holds such power, so many remain ensnared in cycles of anxiety and control. The answer lies in fear. The fear of the unknown, of failure, of relinquishing control over life's minutiae. Society teaches us that losing control equates to chaos. But Montaigne asserts that true clarity and freedom come from releasing what doesn't serve us. Consider your most significant life moments. Were they meticulously planned, or did they often arise spontaneously and unexpectedly? Some of life's most extraordinary experiences cannot be forced. Rather, they occur when we stop chasing them, allowing them to appear naturally. For instance, the artist who creates without worrying about acceptance produces genuine work. The entrepreneur who embraces risk inspires innovation, and the individual who practices self-acceptance often finds love without effort. This paradox teaches us that the tighter we hold on, the more we risk losing, and releasing can yield returns even more profound than expected. Montaigne's wisdom underscores that life isn't meant to be a battle. While challenges and uncertainties are inevitable, resisting them only heightens our suffering. He encourages us to flow with life, finding joy in its unpredictability and absurdity, recognizing that we don't need to conquer everything to find happiness. Unshackling ourselves from the chains of external validation fosters true confidence, while the acceptance of failure makes us unstoppable. When we stop trying to control every facet of our lives, we create fertile ground for magic to flourish. Montaigne teaches us that wisdom lies not in conquering life, but in learning to celebrate it. As you contemplate your next steps, ask yourself what burdens you can release today, and what your life could look like if you simply trusted that everything would align as it should. When you cease to care about the inconsequential, the significant will inevitably find a way to you. The essence of Montaigne's enduring philosophy